Wow, has the world gone crazy or what? And it's all due to like this minuscule little virus. And what I don't understand is how toilet paper is involved with all of this. Like, it's cough and fever. Toilet paper has nothing to do with this, but yet every store is sold out of toilet paper. Come on, what's the deal with toilet paper and the coronavirus? Alright, all jokes aside, it is a pretty unsettling time right now. I mean, it's just crazy. All over the world, countries are on lockdown. I mean, you go into town and stores are just wiped clean. People are going crazy, people are panicking, and the virus keeps spreading, and everyone's trying to contain it, and the future kind of looks a little bit scary, like what's going to happen, even if you're maybe not really scared of the virus itself. Just the fact that everyone is panicking to such extremes, it makes the economy so unstable, and so everyone is just on edge, whether they're worried about the economy and all that's happening, or whether they're just simply worried about the coronavirus or worried about everything. It's definitely an interesting time, interesting and somewhat unsettling. So here in our state of Pennsylvania, they have shut down all schools. I know that in a lot of states they have done this. And I think it was just yesterday, they said restaurants have to close and any businesses that are non-essential have to shut down. And so everything is just kind of going into this lockdown. People are trying to stay at home, businesses are closed, and it's just kind of this crazy feeling. It feels sort of like there's been a big blizzard where no one can get out and, you know, everything's shut down, but there's no snow. Or it kind of feels like Christmas Eve where, you know, even Walmart is closed, but yet it's not Christmas Eve. And I think the media really is jumping on this. I mean, it is a big story, and so anytime you turn any kind of electronic on, whether you have TV, we don't have TV, but we have the internet, which is full of news articles. Everyone is talking about the coronavirus and what's happening and how terrible this is, and the stock markets are crashing and everyone's gonna die and we're all doomed, and kind of, not really, but kind of, you know, you get the picture. And so I go in between feeling like, man, this is scary, to thinking it's really funny. I think a lot of people fall into two camps. People are either paranoid and thinking that everyone is going to die, or then they are like, it's just another flu, it's just a hyped up thing. I think the actual middle of the road falls somewhere in between that, where it's definitely worse than a flu, it's something we should be taking seriously, but at the same time I don't think it's quite of a deadly virus as people are claiming, or maybe it's not quite such a big deal. But I do understand, I think some of the scariest things is how quickly it can be spread. It's like 10 times faster than the flu, and so it can just, it travels much more quickly. And so if a lot of people are getting sick and suddenly the hospitals are flooded and the hospitals can't take anymore, and then you're a lot more likely to have people that may die when they could have actually been saved, you know, avoidable deaths. And so that's the scary part. They don't want this virus to spread so quickly that it can't be controlled and it can't be treated and so on, which that is a scary thing, and I understand that. However, I do think we do need times like this sometimes, we as Christians, to just, you know, do we really trust God? You know, can we relax and have peace through all this? Do we trust Him to take care of us and that He knows best, and so on, because God is bigger than all our problems. But anyway, having said all that, obviously there's all the tips. I'm not going to be talking about those really that everyone says, you know, stay away from big crowds, try to limit your time in town and getting out of home, stay at home when possible, limit contact with people, do the elbow bump thing, wash your hands all the time, don't be touching your eyes, your mouth, your nose, all that type of thing. Okay, so the thing that I find interesting is, you know, this virus is hyped up to be so deadly. And the fact that it travels so quickly, or transmits from one person to another, is definitely something to worry about. But the interesting thing is that people can have very varying degrees of this illness. You know, some people, it's just a slight cough and they never know they had it. Other people have no symptoms and are actually carriers and giving it to others. And so that goes to show us that some people's immune systems are built up so well, they are so healthy, that they actually can carry it but not become infected by it. I guess one of my things would be to build up your immune system. Like, if we can get our immune systems to be built up, We're probably going to be a lot safer from this if we do come in contact with it, whether your symptoms will be more mild or whether you don't get it at all. One of the things that I have that I'm a big believer in is colostrum. You've probably heard me talk about this some before on this channel, but I talk about it a lot on my other channel, A Gut Feeling. I'll have links below. I've struggled with gut health, major gut health, and this was something that has helped me tremendously. It has just been a life changer for me. And so if you ever just feel like studying into it, type in bovine colostrum with different things that you might be interested in, like if it helps an illness or disease you might be experiencing. So there's been so many studies done on bovine colostrum and the benefits of taking it. And just the one I'm going to be talking about is it boosts your immune system. And I've talked about this, like I said, on my other channel. And so different people that were on that channel and heard about bovine colostrum through me decided to go ahead and try and order it, actually quite a few. And I've been in touch with those. And it just amazes me and blesses me the amount of people that come back and give me positive reports on changes they have seen in their life. So some of the stories, you know, some people say, well, I'm not really sure if I've seen anything. Others see small progress, and other people see huge success stories that just blow me away. And so it's just varying levels. But one thing I've heard from people on my channel, people from elsewhere, talk about how it seems to really help keep them healthy throughout the winter. If they're taking that, giving it to their children, you know, there might be flus going on all around them, and them or their children didn't get it at all, or they just got it at a very lesser degree than everyone else. So if you'd like to try colostrum and try to boost your immune system as we're going through these next few months of coronavirus and trying to stay healthy, I would encourage you to check out colostrum. A disclaimer here, I do get a kickback from your orders. I'm going to have links below to a website. And I very, very highly recommend this company for bovine colostrum, because colostrum is at its best when it is harvested within the first 6 hours after a calf is born. And so they make sure the calf gets what it needs, and then they take the rest of the colostrum. And then after 6 hours, the cow's milk starts coming in, and it just becomes diluted milk. And so a lot of companies are just selling you sort of like diluted powdered milk. So if you want a reputable company to buy from, go to Innovate. Really like them. All right, so what makes colostrum such an incredible thing to boost our immune system? Well, you think about it, this is the first milk created for mammals, and in this case it's for little calves, to boost their system to face the harsh realities of the outside world. You know, you have viruses and bugs and all kinds of manner of things that we try to fight off to stay healthy. And so this really boosts their system and gives them a head start at staying healthy. So the immune boosting effects of colostrum are mostly due to its high concentration of antibodies. And what are antibodies? Well, they're proteins that are meant to fight off viruses and bacteria. So if you just want to add one more thing that is incredibly healthy for your overall health, it has helped me incredibly. I just feel like a new person again. But if you want to try to stay healthy throughout the next few months, it sounds like this coronavirus could go into July and August now, and it's going to be kind of a long, drawn out process. I definitely recommend getting colostrum. And if you want to order through Innovate, the website below, they have a couple of different options depending on what you would like. First off, if you have children, sometimes it's just easiest to give them little chewable tablets. Xander just loves these. I give them to him all the time. And then you have powder, which is what I take. Sorry, this is glaring, but you can buy small amounts of powder or like big tubs of powder, which is what we get because Xander, Nolan, and I all take this, and I take it all the time for my overall health. It's incredibly good for your gut. It rebuilds your gut. It feeds your good gut bacteria, and if you have ever studied into anything about health, your overall health relies on a healthy gut microbiome. I'm not going to go into that here. If you want to hear me talk about it, go check out my other YouTube channel. And then you also have capsules that you can take if you prefer taking pills. I always recommend the powder simply because you can take more. And I had asked my personal doctor, and obviously I'm just referencing what he said, but he basically told me that you can't really take too much colostrum. It's a whole food. This is in its whole food state. And so my recommendations would be whatever they tell you to take on the bottle, take more than that, especially over this time when we're all a little bit worried about the coronavirus. This will tell you for adults to take half a teaspoon twice daily. I wouldn't be afraid to take 1 to 2 teaspoons twice daily. But if you're just starting off on it, I would definitely recommend that you don't take too much right out of the gate, because sometimes people can have some gut pain because it's such incredibly powerful stuff that you have to slowly work up to that amount. It all depends on the people. Some people don't notice anything, others do. Just a caution. And the really cool thing is you can go on their website. The website can be a little bit confusing at first, but it will show you at the bottom, will give you an option to sign up as a wholesale customer. And if you click that, you'll get it at wholesale price. And all you have to do is just put in your information, your name, your number, your email, and you're good to go. And then if you ever wish to reorder again, you just go back to their website, put in your password, and you're right there ready to order. All your information is saved. And it requires no cost from you, and you're getting it at a wholesale price, and it has very competitive prices. There's also another option when you sign up as a customer. You'll get one chance sometime. It doesn't have to be on your first order, but it can be anytime. You get one chance to buy like this value pack where you save a lot of money. So if you have a big family and you like to put them all on colostrum supplements, check out those value packs. They definitely save you money, and it's an incredible buy. But just so you know, you don't have to purchase that your first time. Like if you come back in a week or a month and you didn't actually purchase that pack, it will still be available to you. I'll have links below if you're interested. And folks, remember, this too will pass. It's not the end of the world, and we need to trust God, not panic, but also remember to be safe. Don't be around people that are sneezing in your face, and try not to sneeze in other people's faces. No, in all honesty, I hope you all stay healthy and don't get too incredibly bored in your homes. Let me know below in the comments if you are off work right now, if you're laid off at home, what you're doing, what you're thinking. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so comment below. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Alright, I forgot to give you guys one more tip. A question that comes up all the time on my other channel is how to take the powder. So I'm going to show you what I do. You can mix a powder with food like smoothies, yogurts. I do that a lot. But you can also mix it in with water. It does not have a bad taste. Some people actually really like the taste. It's just sort of almost like a soft vanilla flavor. Alright, once again, let me just emphasize, over this whole coronavirus, don't be afraid to take 2-3 times the amount recommended on the bottle. And since I have more health issues, I take a lot more. I actually take tablespoons of it per day. So let me just get the colostrum here. So if I'm not really into eating like a smoothie and not feeling hungry and I didn't get my powder in for the day, I like to mix it with water. And I have this handy dandy little wire mixer. It's like one of the handiest things in my kitchen. It's battery operated. It's good for like making lattes, like whisking up your milk. This thing does an incredible job at mixing up the colostrum in the water. Another thing I like to add, they have another product called Limuzee. It's fucoidan based, which fucoidan is a seaweed product. That's another super healthy thing to take. They also have a slight amount of colostrum in here as well. This is also very good at boosting your immune system and reducing inflammation and such. So it's one thing that I like to mix the two together, or sometimes I'll just mix just the colostrum in the water, and I'll show you how I do that. So for the Limuzee, they come in little pouches like this, and I just take that, dump it in my water, and once again, you don't have to use this obviously if you're just using the colostrum. And then I have the colostrum here, and I'm one that takes a fair amount of colostrum, so I just like to do a big heaping teaspoonful. And sometimes if I'm only doing it once a day, I'd take tablespoons full of this. Dump that in, and then with my wire whisk, just go ahead, mix it all up, and you're gonna see how well of a job this does. Alright, so you can take colostrum with food, or you can just mix it with water or with almond milk or milk, whatever you prefer. And I like to mix it with my Limuzee. Stay healthy. Bye.